Hello friends. In the last session we discussed about the classification of the fuels under energy systems. Okay, and also we discussed about the calorific value, gross and net calorific values. Okay, and in today's session we will be discussing about the construction and working of a bomb calorimeter. Okay, yesterday I was telling about in the previous class I was telling about the calorific values. Okay, so how to determine the calorific value? We can determine the calorific value by using a bomb calorimeter. For solid and liquid fuels, the calorific value can be determined by using a bomb calorimeter, and for a gaseous fuels, the calorific value can be determined by using a Boyce calorimeter. Anyway, in our syllabus we have a determination of calorific value by using a bomb calorimeter for solid or liquid fuels. Okay, let us see what is the principle here. Here the principle is a known quantity of the fuel is burnt in a crucible and is, by igniting it is burnt. Okay, when the fuel is burnt, combustion takes place. Okay, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, and by knowing the initial and final temperature of the water and the water taken in the calorimeter, we can calculate the calorific value of the fuel. Very simple. In the bomb calorimeter, a crucible will be there to place the fuel sample. The fuel we are igniting there. When the fuel is ignited, we know very well combustion takes place. When the combustion is taking place, it will be giving out energy, right? So the liberated heat energy is absorbed by the surrounding water. Okay, so before the process is started, we have to measure the temperature of water, and after the process is completed, we have to measure the temperature of water. So from the difference in the temperature and from the mass of the fuel and the water taken and water equivalent of the calorimeter, we can calculate the calorific value of the solid or a liquid fuel. This is about the diagram. You have to write a neat labeled diagram of a bomb calorimeter. See the bomb calorimeter. The bomb calorimeter consists of, at the center of the apparatus, there will be a platinum crucible will be there. Okay, a platinum crucible is for placing the fuel sample, for which the calorific value has to be determined. Okay, and the platinum crucible, it will be connected with the ignition wires, okay, to ignite the fuel, and it will also contain a oxygen supply. Okay, the fuel is burnt in excess of air or oxygen, right? So there will be an oxygen valve for supplying the oxygen. Okay, and this is made up of a stainless steel apparatus, okay, which is called as a bomb. Okay, what and all is there in a stainless steel bomb? A platinum crucible which is equipped with the ignition wires, and the stainless steel bomb will also have a oxygen valve for the supply of oxygen. And this complete the stainless steel bomb is equipped with or covered with copper apparatus, which is called as a calorimeter. Okay, the calorimeter is made up of a copper apparatus. In calorimeter, we can take a known quantity of the water, and the calorimeter will also contain a stirrer. Okay, stirrer is to mix the temperature equally or constantly, and it will also consist of a thermometer, okay, to measure the temperature of the water. This is about the neat labeled diagram of the bomb calorimeter. It consists of a platinum crucible with ignition wires. This setup is completely closed with a stainless steel bomb. The stainless steel bomb will also have a oxygen valve for the supply of oxygen. This setup is completely covered with a calorimeter which is made by copper. In copper calorimeter, we can take known quantity of water, which also contains a stirrer to mix the heat constantly or to spread the heat constantly, and it also contains a thermometer to measure the initial and final temperature of water. Okay, next coming to the construction. Bomb calorimeter consists of a platinum crucible, okay, where fuel sample is placed, and the crucible is placed in a well insulated stainless steel vessel known as a bomb, and the bomb is equipped with a oxygen valve and electric ignition system. Okay, bomb is placed in a well insulated copper vessel which is known as a calorimeter, and which contains a known quantity of water, stirrer, and a thermometer, initial temperature of the water is noted down, okay, and then the fuel is ignited by using a electric ignition system, okay, and what happens here, combustion will be taking place here, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, and finally after the process is completed, final temperature is noted down, okay, and the rise in temperature is calculated by knowing the mass of the fuel taken, weight of the calorimeter and other accessories, okay, working. Okay, how the calorimeter works? Okay, as we know very well, we already discussed, the same thing will be written in a other way. Okay, a known weight of the fuel sample is taken and which is placed in a platinum crucible and is ignited by using a electric ignition system. Combustion takes place. Rapid combustion of the fuel occurs here, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water in the calorimeter, and the temperature of water will be raised. Okay, and we are measuring here the final temperature and initial temperature of the water, and we are calculating the calorific value of the given fuel. Okay, here important, you must write the observation and calculation part. Okay, after writing the formulas of GCV and NCV only it will be completed. Okay, if you stop by writing only, leaving the observation and calculations, no, you will be getting only the half marks. So the observation and calculation parts rating is very important. And what you are writing in observation and calculation part, here the mass of the fuel taken is m grams or m kilograms. Okay, and the weight of the water taken in the calorimeter is W1, and water equivalent of calorimeter is W2, and total water equivalent is W1 plus W2 kg, and initial temperature of water is T1 degree centigrades. Final temperature of the water is T2 degree centigrades. Okay, therefore the GCV, gross calorific value, can be written as T2 minus T1 into W1 plus W2, okay, by M. Okay, if you write only till here, we are writing in calories per gram. Okay, when we convert it into kilojoules per kg, we have to multiply by 4.187. So it will become T2 minus T1 into W1 plus W2 into 4.187 by M kilojoules per kg. Okay, coming to the NCV, NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of steam. Okay, the latent heat of steam is equal to 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 587 calories per gram. Okay, when it is converted into kilojoules per kg, it will become GCV minus 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen into 587 into 4.187 kilojoules per kg. I think it's clear. Okay, so once again I am just giving the revision of this. We have to take a known amount of the fuel sample in the crucible, and we are igniting the fuel. Combustion takes place, and the liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, and the temperature of the water will be raised. What we have to do here, very simple. We just have to note down the initial and final temperature of water, and mass of the fuel is known already. Okay, and we know the T1 is the initial temperature and T2 is the final temperature, and here W1 is the water taken in the calorimeter. And what is this another factor? Water equivalent of calorimeter. What is water equivalent of calorimeter? When we burn the fuel, what will happen? The liberated heat is absorbed by the surrounding water, I said, right? It is not at all possible. Okay, we are cooking something. Okay, like the vessel also will be heated. Then only the inside the contents will be heated, right? In the same way, the absorbed heat is not only, okay, the liberated heat is not only absorbed by water. The liberated heat is not only absorbed by water, and it is also absorbed by the accessories. Okay, because the thermometer also will get heated, stirrer also will get heated. Okay, and the calorimeter also will get heated. Yes, no? So if we take only the temperature of water, it is wrong. What we are measuring is wrong. Okay, so a quantity called water equivalent of calorimeter is taken here. Okay, what is the water equivalent of calorimeter? That is because we are taking it because the liberated heat is not only absorbed by water, it is absorbed by the other accessories also. To nullify that error, water equivalent of calorimeter is taken, that is W2. Okay, so GCV can be calculated and also NCV can be calculated for the solid and liquid fuel by using this bomb calorimeter. Okay, in the next slides we will be meeting with the next topics. Thank you.